This village hadn't seen a drop of rain for 30 years. But when a girl named Annie arrived, even God seemed to shed tears for her. Wherever Annie went, the rain would follow. But if she stayed too long, floods would sweep in and destroy everything. God had given her the gift of calling down rain, but also cursed her with never being able to settle in one place. When Annie was little, she was just an ordinary child. One summer, while playing in the water, a strange rain parasite crept into her body. From that day on, her fate was forever changed. For 10 months, her village drowned in non-stop rain. Crops withered under the floods. Her younger brother, already weak with illness, died in the damp, cold air. At his burial, Annie stared at the ground in silence. Her tears refused to fall, as if the parasite had stolen them away. To survive, her parents sold Annie to a wealthy landowner in the next village. They never came back for her. One night, Annie overheard the landowner call her a curse. He blamed her for the endless floods. Horrified, she ran away. When she returned to her home village, sunlight covered the fields. The rice was alive again. Annie smiled, ready to run home. But the moment she stepped into the village, rain poured down. She had never felt such despair. Quietly, she left, disappearing without a trace. 10 years later, Annie was no longer a cursed child, but a savior. Villagers far and wide saw her as a gift from heaven. Her short visits brought life-saving rain to dry lands, but she always had to leave before floods could come. One day, Annie crossed paths with a wandering bugmaster named Ginkgo. He said he hadn't had water in days, and asked Annie for a little. She calmly told him not to worry. Rain was on its way. Puzzled, Ginkgo sensed something strange. Inside her body, he felt the rain parasite. Curious, he decided to stay. He soon realized Annie wasn't a stranger here. She had once saved this very village from drought. A young man named Jack had loved her since childhood. That evening, the villagers threw an early celebration for the coming rain. But the next day, not a single drop fell. The blazing sun scorched the earth. Anger spread quickly. The villagers turned on Annie. They blamed her for their suffering. Even Jack fell gravely ill, collapsing from heatstroke and thirst. For Annie, it was like reliving her brother's death all over again. Back then, her rain had killed him. Now, her silence threatened to kill Jack. Guilt crushed her like a storm. And just as her despair peaked, the skies opened. Raindrops fell like tears from the sun. Jack lived. For the first time, Annie was grateful for her cursed gift, but she knew she would soon have to leave again. Ginkgo stopped her. He explained the truth. A rain parasite lived inside her. It pulled water from the air and turned it into rain. That's why storms followed her steps. Desperate, Annie asked if it could be removed. Ginkgo shook his head. The parasite could only die naturally, and no one knew when that day would come. All he could tell her was this: keep living, and don't lose hope. One day, he might find a way to free her. After saying goodbye to Jack, Annie set out once more. Somewhere out there, a village was waiting for her rain. If you were Annie, would you see her gift as a blessing, or a curse?